There's a lot of history here. Why was Conrads the dynasty?
Well, we had the same team every game. Nobody missed games, right?
And not only that, these guys back in the days they won, they lived for each other.
The same guys that played 8 to 12 ball, played 13 to 15 league ball, and then played with the big team. They all played together. It's like, I think we all knew what each other was going to do.
And everybody came up through the Baseball for Boys program. The whole team did. Yeah.
And all of our players, we prided it that they all lived within about a 5-mile radius.
Yeah.
Where nowadays, players come from 25, 30, 40, 50 miles away, where all of our players were local.
The team was a team. They weren't individuals. And they were all homegrown at that time. Local. They started from like 8 to 12 on up. And they just gelled the whole way through it.
Really, going back to what these guys said, having a team that really bonds together, that's part of it. And Dean's wife said it best to me before, that these guys actually, she said it was almost like they knew what each other was going to do. Yeah. At all times, on that field or off the field. They knew they knew where the guy was going to be, they knew where they were going to throw it, and they just knew. And it just had that, so that we need that.
Baseball time, no matter where they were at, if they were at the beach, they come home from the beach, played the ball game, and went back to the beach.
If these guys today can get a group of guys together that can be as dedicated as those guys were then, they will have a winning team and be very competitive for a long time. And it goes back to the fact that they were there, they could be counted on, and they knew everybody else in the team and how they were thinking.
We won 11 or 12, I believe, in a row and championships. And we had a real deal. I mean, we were a bunch of local guys. We liked to have some parties, and when it was time to play ball, we got it done. But there was always somebody pushing us. It was either Windsor or there was always somebody. But when it came to the playoffs, it seems like we would get around them.
When we played during the heydays, it's like there were 400 or 500 people here.
Oh yes.
Especially when I played Windsor.
Yes. Oh yeah.
They were lined this whole bank. They had to change the bylaw or the ground rules sometimes because there were so many players sitting along the edge. And they were lined the whole way along that fence, and it was nice because there's a lot of fans here.
Shot! Away, Jimmy! Shot, kid!
Now we got a competitive team again.
It's taken a while. I've been here through the whole building process, under both managers, Mark and Chad, and then Chad retired, and then I got involved in managing. So we're still trying, and it's unfortunate, but there's not the players to pick from locally.
Hustle, Aaron! Get here, Mike! Gotta help Mike! Help Mike!
Yeah! Go! Way to go! Way to go!
Nice job.
Get rid of him, Charlie. Way to get rid of him, kid. Come on, let's go to hit. Number going.
What picture is that? I'm not on there. Clint's not on there.
You guys were at the beach.
That had to be, that's probably after you retired. That was probably in the 80s.
Runner!
Down!
I'll say to this young man, he can be there too if he gets the players and the dedication that they had back then.
I think, well, I mean, one more year, it's maybe, I'd love to see it happen next year. Pitching, that's what is the name of the game right now, is pitching, and we're a step or two below. We're a tick off of that, having that, but our guys are young. We have a 20-year-old that pitches for us, does real well, Justin Cunningham, so we're close. We have some guys, and it's a matter of if they stay here and stick together.
That was in tailor-made double play ball.
Yeah.
That's the plays you got to make if you want to win.
Yep.
Still got you in a curveball. You leave mother high sometimes.
I helped build the eating stand, the dugouts, did a little work around here.
Out there, yeah, they were out there. There was corn, and out here were fields, and we used to hit them out in the cornfield. And when the other team hit them in, Wayne Bacon would play left a lot. He would go in there, and he'd no sooner get in, that ball would be coming. And people, they thought we hid balls out there, but that was a myth. Because how could you hang a ball in a corn stalk and run in there and pick it out? But Wayne just knew how to play it, and he'd turn his back and go in there. So, I guess that was home field advantage.
My dad was a farmer, so me and my two brothers, we'd always work on the farm, but we could always count on getting done about 4:30. Get a shower, get the uniforms on, and come to the game. And I said, it's like, my dad's hard to get along with. He's my brother Wayne used to play left field. He'd come in and dive for a ball and miss it, and my dad would jump all over him because he didn't catch that ball. So he was very, very tough, but I said the one thing that I liked is I knew every game. My dad, me, and my two brothers would always go to the ball games, even when we weren't playing, when my dad was playing and us kids were too young. We'd always get to go to the ball games on an evening and play ball. But you know, you'd work your butt off till 4 o'clock, come to the game, and then you go home and work more at home. And it's like, a lot of times I'd come to the game and he'd put the steel on for me, and I'd just shake my head because I was too tired. I couldn't steel.
C-O-N-R-A-D is Conrad.
Right.
Tell me where Conrads come from.
I have no idea.
The only thing I can say is this, is looking back in the history, it's a German name is what I was told, and the pronunciation was Conrads. That was the pronunciation.
All the members, the Conrads people, the families that lived here was Conrads.
Right.
But that actually,
But now it's slowly changing.
okay, it should be Conrad.
Yeah.
We used, well, it depends. Is it a short O or a long O?
I went to school with a guy, Barry Conrad, and in school he refused to have him call him Conrad. It was Conrad.
Yeah,
my name's Barry Conrad.
Even the people I bought this house from, George Conrad, it's Conrad. I mean, but they were probably part of the, you know, this whole area was Conrads.
It was Conrads.
No, there was a Conrad's Delicatessen in York on Queen Street.
Yeah.
And when we would be in the colonial tournaments,
They thought it was us.
they would call into the Conrad's Delicatessen, want to know where their team's playing, because they thought it was their ball team. Yeah.
Did other teams catch up to you guys, or did you guys start?
I think each caught up to us.
In 1984-85, some of the guys were no longer playing. Marlin wasn't playing at that point when I managed. Rodney Grimm, he was sort of as a extra, so to speak, and he was a regular shortstop.
Sheldon probably.
And then the old-timers started to saying, we're going to retire, and the younger generation came in. And the younger generation's commitment, like these guys, of which I was used to, wasn't there. And I think that was the beginning of the dynasties going away.
I think anytime you have a dynasty, you're going to have 5 or 6 years after the dynasty is done that you have a rebuilding process, because you have the regular 8 players playing every game. So nobody was getting into play very much. And once the older guys retired, now you're starting off scratch from the new guys, and you're going to have a 5 or 6 year lull that you're going to be rebuilding.
And you could make the lineup with a photocopy machine. I mean, for the entire year practically. The only way that a guy wasn't going to play, he had to be somewhat deathly ill, or he would be there. And you know, that was just total dedication.
Yeah, I played for the Conrads. People.
Do you have a baseball team favorite?
Yes.
What team?
Conrads, of course.